This episode is brought to you by The Guarantors. Chasing down residents who don't pay their rent is taxing enough. Did you know you could offset the risk of renter default? Meet The Guarantors. They'll requalify your applicants and insure their rent. If the resident doesn't pay, you still get paid. Visit theguarantors.com/multifamily today. Thinking about leadership a lot lately, and something that came up for me is the art of knowing when not to lead, but rather to follow. I think it's very clear and it's easy to wrap your head around the idea or the fact that not any one single person in the world corners or monopolizes all the answers to all the questions, right? You just don't know everything. You don't know how to behave in every circumstance. You don't have the skill set for every circumstance. You just don't possess every skill that is necessary for every moment in time. And the real art in leadership is understanding when you need to give up the formal leadership role because somebody in your team, on your team, in your organization has a skill set that is superior to yours and is appropriate for the moment. And the real art in leadership is giving up that need to be in charge, that need to have control, that need to be that person. Give that up to the person that actually can lead in that moment because they possess a skill or they possess something in their character that is more appropriate for the moment than whatever you possess in your character, right? And I don't mean that you're a bad person. I just mean that somebody might have or possess a character trait that is necessary for this particular moment in time that you should give way to and let them go. So in your organization, if you're thinking about training or teaching or stepping up a culture, really, really promote the idea that people can step up. If an opportunity presents itself, if there is some sort of catalyst in the environment, then encourage people in that space right before you make a decision to just step up, step into the moment. And then I think the other thing that you need to encourage in an organization is collaboration, right? You attempt as best you can to be democratic in nature. So you take everyone's feedback, and at some point you have to make a decision, but you take everybody's feedback and you put it in a filter and you make a decision based on information that you got out of all those individuals. So collaboration is another big thing that a leader should just know when to put in place and promote in your organization. The third thing I'd say about leadership is sometimes you have to humble yourself. When you get into leadership roles, I think there is this propensity to exercise a lot of ego in that equation, in that you show up, you are looked at as the person that should have all the answers, that you might even have a lot of the answers, but you get into this sort of rut and routine and people become reliant upon you. But you need to exercise a little humility from time to time and knowing that you just don't know it all. And that sometimes there are people in your organization that are more well equipped to make leadership decisions, leadership calls, and be the physical person in charge over a moment. But that takes a tremendous amount of humility or ability to be humble. That's it. Take care. We'll talk to you again soon.